Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, hey! Hey, guys! Hey, Star Fam. Hey, Taway. So, oh, that's my soda. I'm like, what does that sound? I'm not a big soda drinker, but my mom brought some ginger ale in the house, and you know how it is with ginger ale. Even if you don't drink it, you have to drink it. So I'm like, what is making that sound? Anyway, little housekeeping. I apologize to everybody who was expecting the Real Housewives of New Jersey at this time, because today I was supposed to do Real Housewives of New Jersey at 12, at 2 p.m. And I was going to do, I believe, Married at First Sight. Married at First Sight at 12. I think so. But I had to cancel one and move another and move something up and move something down because I just literally completed 2 auditions. Last night I got 2 auditions. 2 had to be, a part of 2 had to be done today. I literally just wrapped it, and I would not have been able to do the lives at 12 because I literally just wrapped it up, and my agent just responded to the audition that I sent her. So you guys know, if you've been following me for a long time, you know that since the pandemic, we can't go into the casting office to audition. So we have to do everything here, which means more work for the actor because I have to, I have to do lighting. I have to do filming. I have to do editing. I have to do sound. I have to do set decoration. It's just so much goes into the audition process now that I hope one day, please wear your mask, that we could get back to that because it's such a process. It literally took me 3 hours because I had to film in 2 different locations, and it was just a lot. It was just a lot. I had to buy camera equipment for one audition, just a lot. And one audition I filmed in Target. I had my mom holding the camera. I'm doing this sneak guerrilla audition in the bedding section in Target. Today was a day. I have done so much today before 10 a.m. You guys have no idea. Welcome to my world, an actor's life. Anyway, how y'all doing, family? So yeah, there will be no Real Housewives of New Jersey this week, but listen, I'm not sad about it. And if you watch the episode, you're not sad about it either. Oh, great job. My agent watched my video and responded. Great job. So praying we book this one, but because it's a huge company, so I need this audition. But the Real Housewives of New Jersey wasn't good. It just wasn't. I don't know. I feel like these housewife shows are giving us the bare minimum. And I'm not going to give my all to a show that's not giving me anything. So moving forward with the Real Housewives of New Jersey, if they don't give me anything, I'm just not going to review it. I'm only going to review I'm not going to stay consistent with it. I'm only going to review the episodes that I think they give us something to talk about and that are enjoyable. I will be reviewing next week's episode because that is when Margaret gets exposed for sharing that rumor. Because I told y'all it was Margaret. I told y'all it was Margaret who spread that rumor about Jackie. Anyway, look at my earrings by Cute. Black woman-owned business. I just got them in. I love them. But yeah, that's my day. How was yours? Peace Palace. It's coming. Little Women Atlanta. I am going to start reviewing that now. The issue that I was having is that I had 3 shows that came on Friday, and there was just no way because I was doing a Love After Lockup live with you guys, and I would get off of there 9:30. Then I have to watch Drag Race and Little Women Atlanta as well. It was just far too much work on a Friday. And the weekend is the only time that I have to do personal stuff outside of YouTube and, my acting stuff. So I could not do it. And the only way I could do it is if I could pick it up when one of the shows that, one of my big shows ended. So that's why. But I will be picking that back up because I have the time now. I just didn't have the time with Love After Lockup. That's the only thing. And I didn't mind missing the beginning of the season for Little Women Atlanta because it was really sad because of Minnie. And if I cannot come on here and, have fun with you guys and make jokes about the episode, I don't want to do it. It was just far too sad to review that with Minnie anyway. So I will be picking it up next week because that's when we'll be fully into a new season. and we can, have a little laugh about that. Thank you, Trixie. Thank you, Drea, baby. Thank you guys so much. But I just wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping because, I know the time changed a bit today, but that's how it goes. I mean, I know you guys love the lives, but that's why I was saying it was a lot easier, not easier, but, the edited reviews were easier because I could do them in the evening. With my lives, I do them during the daytime because let's be real, a lot of y'all watch me while y'all at work. It's okay. I watch when I used to work at my old job where I was a receptionist. I used to binge all of Foki Daniva and Scotty V Nature, all their content at work. Okay, not doing a damn thing at that job, but watching YouTube videos. So I'm not mad at you. I get it. Thank you so much for Nona. Nona said I don't watch these shows, but I love to hear you talk. And your spirit and love your hair. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, guys, let's get into it. This is audition here, baby. Y'all know if it's not an audition, it's in a turban. It's in a turban. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about, right? So let's get into it. 5, 6, 7. Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? What's up, Trey? Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about because Katie is here. So we're going to get into it. Hey, Katie. And Kaylane. What's up, Kaylane? What's up, Samuela? What's up, Nunya BB? Let's go. Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about because Angela is here. What's up? Come on, Black Lavender. Shout out to my moderators, Black Lavender, Shonda. Thank you guys. I couldn't do it without you. What's up, Kamisha? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about because Chris is still trash. You still trash, bro. How? You didn't stop to think how you will look on camera. You still trash. And Paige, I can't help you no more. I can't. Paige want to be here. Unfortunately. Come on in the room. Come on. Let him know, Shonda. Come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Hey, Joyce. What's up, Candace? Hey, Mackie. Pretty Kitty been riding with me all week. There hasn't been a live that she has missed. What's up, sis? What's up? Hey, Adriana. The JSN, I'm wrong. The JFYN. Hello, my love. Hey, Samantha. Samantha said, I've been waiting on this one. Black Lavender said, just throw Chris in the dumpster. This is the thing. And I'll just get into it. Because I love me some Paige, but girl, what can we do for you? I don't know. I don't think there's any advice in the world left to save Paige. Let's get into this review. And if you were here just for the review, beloveds, it starts right now. Y'all already dragging that man about that car. Yes, it's ginger ale in here, guys. Because I'm not washing any dishes. I'm not. Me and my mom, we went to Costco. We got a bunch of red Solo cups and paper plates because it's just not happening. I don't feel like dishes this week. I don't. And I have a dishwasher, but I'm Black, so we kind of clean the dishes before we put it in the dishwasher. We never give ourselves a break. We never do. Anyway, let's start with Virginia and Eric. Eric Hive, just so you know, you might disagree with me a bit because I know that's your boy. I had no idea we had an Eric Hive out here in these streets, but we got an Eric Hive. I might not like you too much right now, but it's okay. You'll love me in the end. Let's get into it. And we're back to Virginia and Eric not being on good terms again. These two are a hit and like miss. Like they're hot one week, cold the next. It's never Ciao. I just got, you know what? Apple News is a mess. I don't know why they sent this to me. I only have certain alerts on certain people. I just got an alert from Apple News. Army Hammer under investigation by the LAPD sex crime detectives. The actor was accused of violent rape at a... What? It's too much going on in these LA streets. Army Hammer. Child, that's another lie for another time. But baby, anyway... This couple is hot one week and then cold the next. They're never in a good place consistently. I mean, none of the couples really are, but with Eric and Virginia, it's just like they'll do really good. And I think this is kind of the thing, right? I think what keeps them in a good space is sex. Like sex and just being intimate with each other. It doesn't have to necessarily be intercourse, but when they're in those spaces, they're in a good place. If they're not connecting physically, they are at odds with each other. And I think it's because they're starting to realize that outside of, sex and, sensual touch, like Jacob said, we'll get into that outside of that, there probably isn't a lot there. There is something there, but it's not for the other person. Because I feel like Virginia is starting to see that Eric is a lot like her father. And she even said it in this episode, but she said it in like a good way. But I don't think her and her father are on good terms, not just because of her beliefs or her views, but I also think because of the contentious relationship that she had with her father as a child. But I just think these two just are on an emotional roller coaster. And honestly, as a viewer watching this, I want to get off this ride. It's up and down with them every time, because last week I was like, oh my God, he made dinner for her. They're doing really good. And then we open up and we're in this like weird space with them, with Virginia saying, I really can't talk to him, but I'm going to try to talk to him. And I'm like, girl, this is going to be your husband. Talk to him. Don't be so mousy. And maybe that just comes with the fact that he's older and she kind of submits to him in that area because he has lived a bit more life. And, also because I think Eric is a little snappy. So she doesn't want to upset him. So she goes in. I'm telling you guys, watch her body language when she talks to Eric, especially when she talks to Eric about things that she think will cause a reaction out of him. And sometimes it's the simplest things. But when she's speaking to him, especially when they're laying on the bed, she's like, well, no, but what about like changing her voice, changing her body? And I'm like, girl, if you're already doing this and you're a couple weeks in, this is not something that I think a woman like you will want to do for the rest of her life in a marriage. I think you'll get tired of this real quick, especially when them cameras leaves. But then, the therapist comes in, the relationship therapist comes in and starts talking to them about, how the relationship is going thus far. And then we get into this conversation where Virginia is like, well, he's a lot, like my dad in the sense of his views. And then Eric is like, well, I don't care, but this is what I believe. These are my beliefs. I was in the military. He changed up real quick. I mean, I don't care what her views are, but I'm saying, we can meet somewhere in the middle, but she doesn't want to meet with me. These are like my views. This is how I feel. I was in the military. I served. And I was like, Eric, what are your views? Because I feel like I know, but I don't want to guess. What are your views? And after you tell me what your views are, let me know where you were at on January 6, 2021. Because I feel like I kind of know where you were at, but I don't want to assume, but the way you switched up when it got to your views, yeah, she's more social. I'm not, my views aren't social. So I'm just like, oh, we have a liberal, a real liberal, like not real liberal, but you mean, I mean, in the sense where Erica is, Erica, that's their child's name. So hopefully Virginia is really in a probably liberal and progressive mindset, where Eric, I think, is probably far right, conservative. I don't know how far he is, but That's what I was getting from his reaction. I can be wrong. I can be wrong. I really am, but I can be wrong. But just the way he snapped over views, and then he called her views social, I was just like, I would have wanted the therapist to be a little messy and be like, oh, well, what are her social views that you disagree with? Black Lives Matter. It's a TV show. She could have got messy, but she didn't. But I feel like I know what his views are, which is going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue. I think rarely people who have different views that are beyond politics, I rarely do those relationships work out, especially in today, like especially with what's happening today. There's always something happening now where you kind of got to pick a side. And I don't know. I don't know, because Virginia is being very mousy with him, because I think she's still trying to work it out and still trying to stay in this process. I don't know how long she's going to be mousy. And I honestly do not like how Eric is hot and cold with her. And because there's no lukewarm, there's no warm. He's either really sweet and endearing to her, or he just snaps and just becomes like a little nasty. And I don't like it, because I always see her like bending herself and molding herself in a way where he won't feel intimidated. I think that's the thing with Eric. I don't see it with men, but I see it with him, with women, specifically Virginia, that if he feels intimidated in some area, he takes a really strong stance and gets very defensive and nasty when it's just not necessary. It reminds me a bit of Vincent, not in the nastiness, but in the way it's such a quick switch. With Vincent, as soon as his feelings get hurt, he just shuts. It's just such a drastic, quick switch. It's the same thing with Eric. As soon as he feels like he's in a place where somebody is challenging him, or he's a little intimidated by that because he either doesn't know or doesn't believe that, he just goes into this nastiness thing. And I can always see in his body when he's about to get nasty, because those hands come up. Soon as those hands, well, that's how I feel. As soon as he goes here, he's in that nasty disposition that he sits in when he feels a bit intimidated or challenged. Oh God, we go through so much to be with men. Pray for straight women. We are not okay. We are not okay. So anyway, the last scene that I was talking about earlier, where Virginia is trying to talk to Eric, and she's like being very mousy and rubbing his leg and trying to speak to him, because the conversation is a little tense, because she knows how snappy her man is and she doesn't want to get him there, right? The thing is, I couldn't really focus on this scene too much, because I don't know if you guys caught this, but as she's like rubbing his leg, trying to speak to him, all of a sudden it's like this loud, abrasive H&M like pop music that just starts blasting, to the point where I'm like looking around thinking it's my phone. And I'm like, this is on the show. Why is the music so loud? Why is this the music choice during this scene? It was a very intense scene. And they have like Panic at the Disco playing full blast over this scene. It was so out of place. It took me out of the scene. And I probably don't know what happened with the rest, because I'm just like, why is this the music selection? Why is the volume so loud? What happened? Did that happen to you guys, or was it just, my TV? Because it just got extremely loud out of nowhere. And I'm leaning in and I'm like, what? It's not iTunes? Oh no, it's the show. Why? What? Rise and shine to the light. Y'all could have just played some like banjo background. Like, it did not have to be this serious. It really, really didn't. So I hope in that scene they worked it out, because I don't know. I couldn't hear. Let's move on to Brianna and Vincent. Like, why did they give that song that pop music dance beat? It just didn't make sense. It did not make sense. Oh, so let's go to Brianna and Vincent. Vincent, baby, no. I love this couple. Y'all know they're my favorite couple. But he's way too delicate. He is way too delicate. And listen, I know with a lot of the women, they don't want to upset their men, which it pisses me off, right? Because we can see the ladies, all of the ladies, even in the relationships that we think are good, walking on eggshells to not set these men off in a way where they feel embarrassed or they feel emasculated. And it bothers me because I'm seeing it happen in different types of women, but it is the same kind of behavior because these men are like uber sensitive and just, in my opinion, not quite ready for marriage, right? And y'all know I love Brianna and Vincent. Y'all know I think these couple are soulmates. This couple is that they're soulmates. But I like Vincent. I didn't like how I felt like he was not truthful in therapy, right? With the relationship therapist, because he tried to make it seem very cutesy with the way he would shut down and get mad at Brianna and have an overdramatic response to the simplest things. Like when he was talking about how she said, "Oh, typical Vincent," or something like that. And when he spilled the champagne, a funny moment for the both of them, because he was also laughing at that time, right? As well, right? But then he like shuts down because of what, like instantly he just shuts down, goes into toddler mode. And then it leads to him saying, "Well, I can leave. I'll go to my home." And he packs his bags and he walks out. She's still sitting there on the bed, not knowing what she said because he would not communicate that with her, right? So he makes it really cutesy where it's just like, "Well, I just didn't like that she said that, but I love her," and like trying to excuse the behavior. I'm so glad that the therapist called it out, but she called it out in a way where he can receive it. But again, the women on this show always have to give men every and anything on this show. Even if it's a minor critique, they got to give it to them laced with honey. It has to be really sweet with them, but it's not the other way around for the women, because the therapist is just like, "Oh, well, you probably, although this is your wife, you're still trying to impress her. And when you did that, that made you feel embarrassed and you got mad at her for pointing that out. You got mad at her for something that was not her fault. You were mad at her because you were trying to impress her and you didn't feel like you were the cool cat with the champagne on you. And when you saw that she noticed it and called it out, you get mad at her for calling it out." Again, she's fighting a battle in your mind that she don't even know she's fighting. And it leads to you getting mad at her and saying you're going to leave her, and actually doing that and leaving her on the bed confused and hurt. You can't be her husband, her protector, a provider, and the head of household and be this freaking sensitive, bro. You can't. You just can't. Before I go on, Jesse Lee, thank you for the super chat. Jesse Lee said, "Production set us up for Vincent's temper the first episode." You're right. Like, we talked about it, but I just didn't think it was like such a switch to instant toddler. But you are right, Jesse Lee. Thank you so much for the super chat. And then when he was talking about how he was felt embarrassed again because he wasn't really good at salsa, but he could do, I think he said I could do the burrata or something, or chata. Let me not even try to guess. But he said, "I'm stronger in that than I am in salsa, and I didn't want to do it because I'm not good at it. So you shut down and get mad at Brianna." How does that make any sense? And then he says, "Oh, and I told y'all this." He said, "I was also uncomfortable because I gained a little weight and my shirt was too tight." I told y'all Vincent was in that medium shirt. He was uncomfortable. But again, Brianna cannot be the outlet for all of your anger. That is not that's not a wife's job. You got to go to therapy. That's why I always say, come to me when your mind is right. Don't come to me and you got all these freaking issues, because as your partner, I'm going to be the dumpster for all your junk. And that's what Brianna is to him. And I think they're so good. I think they're just a perfect match for each other, but I think he really has to fix that, because Brianna's a good girl, a good woman, and she does like and love him, but I don't think she's a good woman who likes and loves him that's going to stay around for much more of that. because that'll turn a woman off real quick. And she's trying, Vincent, because you have great, really wonderful and sweet moments with her. But when you get into that space, it's real ugly and it's unfair, the treatment that she receives when you go there. And she is your wife, so she's going to be one of the closest people to you. So she's going to receive a lot of that. You got to fix that because you're going to lose a good woman. You're going to lose a good woman. Having said that, this is still my favorite couple. I love them and I want them to work. Haley and Jacob. I honestly feel bad for Haley, right? And I have not felt bad for her the whole time. It's mainly been Jacob, but then he's turned into a bit of a Debbie Downer, and I wasn't expecting that. The thing with Haley is that she's just not that into Jacob. She's just not, and I think I don't know if it's because she feels she doesn't want to come off as a bad person on the TV show, or she has to fulfill her contract with the show. I don't know what it is, but something is making her stay. And I don't think it's strong enough for her to fake that she is really in this process for the right reasons. And not saying that she has any ulterior motives. I think that, if she was attracted to Jacob, this would be an entirely different process for her. I feel really bad, especially for this woman, because she slept with Jacob to get some kind of connection. And it didn't work, you know what I mean? And I think that she was hoping that maybe if the sex is good, I could find something else about him that I liked. And when that didn't work, she knew that she would probably have to get out of this process. But I think she's probably feeling guilty and bad for not wanting to be with this man who, after he had sex with her, wanted her even more. So now she's feeling, like, oh, well, I think I let him on, but I can't tell him that I wasn't attracted to him and I was sleeping with him, to white Chris, the white female Chris, but she's not she doesn't have, I'm not saying that Chris has a bad heart. I'm just saying that Chris is a narcissist and he doesn't care about anything else, anybody else but himself, right? Very selfish kind of lover. I think that she's making decisions like Chris, but she actually feels bad. I think she's making these decisions with the right intentions, just, going about it the wrong way. And I feel really bad for her. Like, she cried this whole episode and I said, Haley, girl, just leave, sis, just leave. But I think she just doesn't want to look like the bad guy. And she also doesn't want to hurt Jacob. There's so many women, all the women on the show are bending and breaking for these men, and they're not getting the same in return. And it's very sad to watch as a woman. So the therapist comes in and not so many words, Haley just says that she's not, my group chats are messy. So in so many words, not so many words, but kind of saying that she really wasn't attracted to him and she's trying to become attracted to him. The therapist, right? This is what I'm saying. Even though these people are professionals and, they have all these credentials, that doesn't mean that they're right all the time. I honestly think they got it wrong with Haley, with Paige and Chris. They got it way, 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 way wrong. I think I can see why they put some other couples together, but Paige and Chris, they can't tell me nothing. They can't tell me that they saw something in both of these people, and this is the reason why they put them together. Paige and Chris was purely and mainly put together, in my opinion, for entertainment, because they are the people that are leading us to this show. I would not have stayed on this, watching this show, had it not been for Chris and Paige. The show knew what they were doing. The experts, they can't tell me any different. This was for pure entertainment, views, and ratings. Haley and Jacob, I can kind of see, right? But again, just because they have these credentials and they're experts or whatever, and they're getting paid a nice penny to do what they do on the show, doesn't mean that they're right. Because Haley sat down with this woman and told her she was not sexually attracted to him. That, she did feel bad about it, but she's just not attracted to him. The advice that she gives her is two things. One, she goes to the bedroom with the both of them and brings them in there and tells them that they have to stay in this room together to have some kind of intimacy. I did not agree with that. The second thing she says is that she wants them to kiss to bring them some kind of spark or, create some kind of intimacy that was lost or that could be gained for this couple. I did not agree with that. And I'm telling you right now, The show did not agree with this, right? Because they cut it. There was no reason for that woman to say that they need to kiss and we not see them kiss. Here is why. Haley's face. Haley said, I'm not comfortable with it. It's not something that I, really want to do. And I think they cut that scene short and did not show us the kiss because they would have a problem with consent or coercion, because that's what it looked like. This woman is telling you she does not feel comfortable being intimate with this man. And you, as an expert, a therapist, somebody who knows what they're doing, is encouraging her being intimate with a man that she does not want to be intimate with. I'm telling you, they watched it. The editors watched it and was just like, we can't keep this in. I know it's going to jack up the storyline, but we cannot keep this in. They cut out that kiss because of that, because it would have looked like coercion, which it was. She says she didn't want to do it. That, you are, encouraging her, not forcing, but there's a way to coerce somebody into doing something that they don't want to do. So you're putting her in that position. And then you have this woman again, who is not attracted to this man, does not feel comfortable being intimate with him, giving her the assignment to sleep with him in the same bed. I did not agree with that. Because Haley wasn't comfortable. She gets in the bed with Jacob. She has the sheets and she's like this. Jacob, absolutely clueless. He's just like, so am I going to get a good night kiss or some sensual touching? Do you not see she got the covers like this? She's uncomfortable. And Haley goes, ooh, no. So now Jacob feels even worse. They need to cut this relationship short. If you're an expert and you see this and you see that you have somebody who you are coaching or therapizing, I made that up. If you're a therapist and you are therapizing this person and you see that this is just not a good situation for them, get them out. Who in the hell cares about the contract? Because Haley can later come out and say that she did not feel comfortable doing the stuff that y'all made her do, and this whole damn show getting canceled. I was like, why would you tell her to do this? She keeps on telling you, I'm not attracted to him. I'm not comfortable staying in the same room with him. Oh, okay, you're not attracted. You're not comfortable. Come to the bedroom and kiss him, and now sleep in the same bed with him. How does that help? You'd rather do all of that because this is a TV show than say, I see that you're not comfortable. I see that this is not a good match. Why don't we let this one go? Every couple does not have to go through the whole process. If you see that something is clearly wrong, there is clearly an issue. This couple is clearly not working. If you make a cake and your batter is off, you still don't put it in the oven and bake it, because if your batter is crap, you know that cake is not going to come out right. Why would you waste your time? Why would you waste your freaking electric, your energy in your home and waste your time and bake that cake? If you already know, my batter is off, too much butter, maybe a little bit too much water, not enough flour, you know that something is wrong. Why would you still go through with the process? No, you throw it out. A lot of these relationships need to be thrown out. So that's why I think we didn't see that kiss, because Haley wasn't comfortable throughout this whole process on this episode. But Jacob, I just felt bad for him. He was like, no sensual touching. I said, Jacob, you can't. You got to work on Jacob has to work on everything, even his foreplay. You don't ever turn to a woman and say, are we going to do sensual touching? Well, I did intend on it, but no shade, bro. After you said that, I'm drier than the Sahara. Like I'm not juicy and gushy anymore. I'm done. I didn't mean to say juicy and gushy, but I'm off the dome. But it's like sensual touching. Please, men, don't ever say that to a woman. Any sensual touching tonight? No, Woody Allen, it's not happening. Let's move on to Clara and Ryan. Why would the experts put Clara in a relationship with a sexually conservative man when they knew that she had an ex who was sexually conservative or just not that into her? Clara was in a relationship with the man for 3 years. They only had sex, she said, like twice. Clara, what's going on? Why would you and that man stay in a relationship like that? Somebody had to be cheating. Like, if y'all not having sex with each other, y'all having sex with somebody. Ain't no grown man having sex with a sock every freaking night if he don't have to. If he's not in prison or 17 years old, you know, these 17-year-olds are getting it in. 13 years old, because, child, these kids are different. Have you seen Euphoria? Ma'am, he getting it from somebody else. He's getting it from somebody else. He is not going to the bathroom or turning over and getting a sock and banging it for 3 years. Either he getting it from some other woman or man, okay? You don't know. You don't know what it is, but I just don't see no man, no straight alive man who is physically capable of having sex, laying down next to a vagina every night and not trying to get in it. Something was going on, sis. Something was going on. So to me, as a woman watching this, it looks like complete torture that they will put this woman in another relationship like that. Then we get into, this is the thing, that therapist can get messy when she wants to. Because she says, do you think that is, because they were talking about what they, do, right? And she was like, so what is the issue here? And Claire was just like, lack of sex. She is sexually frustrated. And Ryan was just like, well, Oof, that voice. Clara, I'm going to pray for you. So she sees that Clara is like, she wants to say, like, I want to get it in, but she sees that Ryan is uncomfortable. So the therapist excuses Ryan, right? As soon as he leaves, she's just like, do you think he a virgin? Ma'am. Now you can get messy with Clara and Ryan, but not anybody else. And I actually had to think about that, right? Because one, as a Christian woman, somebody who grew up in the church, somebody who used to go to an extremely conservative church, that is not a shocker for somebody to be 29, in their 30s or later, who have not had sexual intercourse, because that's like a huge no-no taught to us from very, very young, which is why so many, and I won't speak for anybody else, but in my experience, so many of my friends that I went to church with, or grew up in church with at my very conservative church, are now divorced because they were getting married to have sex because we couldn't do nothing, right? So they just started getting married really young, 19, 20, 21, 23. And I'm not saying that you can't get married young and it's the right choice, but a lot of them were, were sexually frustrated young people. And instead of just, sinning, they got married. And I'm telling you guys, only one, and it's on its last legs, only one relationship lasted into the 30s. And that relationship is a little touch and go. Because as we start looking at 40, she's getting a little frustrated. That frustration is starting to build up. Her Facebook post is looking a little different. So who knows? But outside of that couple, all of them were divorced by a good 27. So it's no shocker that Ryan is, if he is a virgin at 29. That's pretty normal. If you're not a virgin at 29, it's because you got married very young, or you found loopholes where it's just like, as long as it's not in the vagina, I'm not breaking the blood covenant between God and the woman. We find ways around the blood covenant. So I would not be shocked if he is a virgin, but I was just like, that therapist, as soon as that door closed. So you think he a virgin? If he is, I'm not shocked. There's nothing wrong with it anyway. Like, guys, not everybody want to be banged all the time by multiple people. It's just not, it's not everybody's thing. So there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, virgins, love you guys. There's nothing wrong with that. But we find out that they're doing Christian loopholes, and Clara is like, we're doing everything but sex. And she's like, and what we are doing is sex. I feel like I don't know, I need to break it down, but I don't think it's anal. I don't think they're doing anal. Ryan does not give me anal until marriage. That's what he gives me. And even then, he's just going to be a little like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to sodomize. Like, he gives me the, oh God, Clara, you sure you want to have sex with him? Brian seems so vanilla. Oh God. But I think, there's a little poking, little finger poking, little, munching on some genitalia. I think that's happening there. But I don't think that they're going beyond that. And I think, especially for a woman, Ryan, you're doing all this stuff, poking and, sucking on a woman and, and then saying, well, all right, let's go to bed. Let's read our Bible. Like, you can't do that, Ryan. You can't. Like, my thing is, don't start me up. Don't start me up. Hey, because if you start me up, I'll never stop. Like, don't do that. Don't start the woman up and then, put her on ice. It's not fair, especially if because if Clara is telling everybody else that she's sexually frustrated, she has told Ryan she wants some penis. So he knows, but I feel like he's being a selfish partner in that aspect. And that aspect of holding back his affection, because he knows that the L word, love, is really, important to Clara, and holding back his penis. He's holding back his love and his penis in a full-blown marriage. But when you get a little excited, you want her to get on her knees and do all the sucking. I didn't mean to go there, but it's not fair. Ryan is not being fair. It is not fair to do this to this woman. I will say this, and I've said it before. I think that Ryan is waiting for this process to be done to see outside of the show if he really wants to be with her before he does that. Because I also think there's some Christian guilt there, right? I think he will feel extremely guilty if he sleeps with this woman and, seals the deal, seals the blood covenant between them and God in this relationship, and then he walks away from it. So I think in Ryan's mind, I'm not really married. I'm TV married. I think he's waiting for the show to be over and this process to be over to see if he still really wants to be with her. Unfair, because this woman is in it. Clara is really in it with Ryan. Although she's sexually frustrated, after the conversation with the therapist about how sex is just sex to her. It's never meant anything to her. She's never felt passion or love from having sex. Even though she's sexually frustrated, I think that Ryan needs to hold back the penis. I'm kind of glad that he has, because Clara is telling the therapist, oh no, I don't have a problem with it. Like, sex is just sex to me. It's never meant anything to me. But honey, you're saying it and you're crying. So something has happened there, right? Something has happened. I don't know if it's her last relationship, but something has happened with her and sex where she can't enjoy it. I don't know. I think it could just something that happened more with her and the ex and him not having sex with her. I think there's something else, but she doesn't want to share it. But I would not want to have sex with somebody who is in that space. Because it seems like it will be that for Ryan, it seems like for him, that part of the relationship, outside of foreplay, when you get into that sex, it seems like it's a big deal for him. And it's not a big deal for her. And it's not a big deal for her because something happened to her that was damaging that made her think that. That's not a place anybody would want to go with somebody who was dealing with that. So it could be that he's holding back his penis because he's being, he's finding Christian loopholes in, his Christian, his conservative Christian beliefs, or he's a virgin and he doesn't want to sleep with her and have her spread his business, on the show because Clara, love you, sis. You're a sharer. You share a lot of information. You share a lot of tea about you and Ryan's relationship. And a lot of it is about Ryan, even after you have said, well, he said he didn't want me to say this. But so that might be a thing as well. He might be a little concerned about his stroke game since he's never done this before. And he doesn't want you coming on air and saying, well, I've been waiting for it. It wasn't that great. He had no idea which hole to go into. He probably don't want you to do that to him. Or he's probably uncomfortable with the fact that you are not comfortable with having sex. And he doesn't want to enter in that until you're healed in that area. It could be all of those things or none of those things. But I think it's one of them or maybe all of them together. I hope she fixes that, because Clara is I like her. I think she's such a good person. And I think that she's been mistreated by a lot of men in her life, men that she has been intimate with and men within her family. And I think that's unfortunate for her. It really, really is. Something happened within that church community or her, Christian upbringing. Something happened with them very religious parents and that very religious church that she grew up in. Something happened. She won't say it because I think she's probably protecting the people who harmed her, but something happened. Something happened there. I hope, she gets it fixed, or finds the healing that she needs. Speaking of the devil, let's talk about Chris and Paige. At this point, I am convinced that Chris and Paige are just fulfilling their contractual obligation. I don't think that there's any more there for either one of them. I think Chris definitely has been out of this relationship since day one. I think Paige realizes it, but she's going to try to, fulfill this contract and go through this entire process for the time remaining. I think she's just getting through it, because there's no way that the both of them at this point has not realized that this marriage was ordained by the devil. This is not God. This is not God. It's doomed. You two are just here for the check. That is my thoughts. There's no way that you two believe that this is the Lord doing this to you. Again, if either one of you believe, especially you, Paige, because you keep on saying that this is God. And I'm just like, again, does he have beef with you? Are you beefing with God? Are you like the black sheep of humanity? Like, what is going on? Why would God do this to you? I don't believe it, sis. I don't believe it. I think you've been under some very poor teaching. You have very poor examples of what marriage and love is in your life. And you think that this is enough with Chris. I want you, Clara, all y'all got to get some therapy. It's a lot of mess on this show. It's a lot of people that need to be healed before they get in marriages. It needs to be love at first therapy session or married at first therapy session or something, because y'all need some help. Vicky DC, thank you for the super chat. Vicky DC said, if Ryan is this selfish about loopholes, he'll most likely be selfish with actual intercourse. Oh, I believe it. He gives me we're grown here, so I'm just going to be real. He gives me after he ejaculates, he's done. He's not asking her anything. He's rolling over and going to sleep. He's not going to be did you get to where you needed to go? Okay, well, let me rest this for 5 minutes, and girl, I'm back. I'm back, and it's all about you. He don't give me that. Thank you so much, Vicky DC. Love ya. Love ya. So now we get to Paige after, they said that they were going to work it out again. And it's hi, I'm Paige. I'm Chris. Nice to meet you. And we're starting from scratch. You start from scratch and he's ghosting you. She's like, I still haven't heard anything from Chris. It's been a while and I haven't heard anything from him. Why are you looking at us and telling us? We know. We didn't expect for him to commit to you. He hasn't. He's never committed to you. And you have never had a problem with it. So we didn't expect him to commit to you. So I don't know why you're telling us. We got it. So then Paige, I gotta rework my notes, because these are the notes from when I first watched it, and I am cussing her out. Let me be kind to my sis, because you were under some really bad teaching, mama, some really bad teaching. So now Chris finally resurfaces because the cameras are there, and he tells her that he was ghosting her because he wasn't a depressive state. Now it's a depressive state. Do you realize since we've met him, he's had so many issues to why he just can't be a good person? So many. The first thing was, I'm not attracted to her. So I'm having sex with her multiple times to see if there's some kind of attraction. like we did not see you and your groomsmen talking about her behind. You have always been sexually attracted to her. You just don't want to be with a black woman that looks like her. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. We know what kind of black man you are, right? So that's what it is. But you can have sex with her, because I just don't understand how your wee keeps on getting hard for her multiple times. Multiple times, but you're just not attracted to her. We know what this is, because you spent the whole freaking wedding reception talking about her behind to them slimy and grimy groomsmen. So we know what this is, right? So then it said, oh, I'm not attracted to her. I may be attracted to her. I'm not attracted to her. I'm afraid of falling in love with her. So I got to walk away. I got anxiety. So I got to walk away. Now you're in a depressive state. Oh, God. How did you ever get to a point where two women accepted a proposal from you? How? I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked, because I'm listening to another excuse from him, and I'm like, Chris, what is the truth? What is the truth? Every episode, you give us a different reason for why you're being awful. You can't stick to one diagnosis. It got to be another one the next week. And they're all it's all self-diagnosis. I'm in a depressive state. I'm not attracted to her. I have anxiety. I'm falling apart. It's always something that's making you be a bad human. No, it's just you. It's just you. So then she sits down with Chris, and he basically says, well, why are you still in this process? Like, why do you want to stay in it? Because I believe that this is God's plan for me. God don't like you. If this is what you think he has for you, you got to go back to the drawing board. You got to be like, hey, God, it's me again. Paige, do you not like me? Did I do something? What happened? Because if this is what you're telling me to go through, if this is what you chose for me, you don't like me. You got to come to that realization, Paige. You have to come there, or you got to come to reality and realize this is you. You are staying in this situation because you want to stay in this situation. I am sorry that you haven't seen anything better. Because I feel like if she grew up and saw healthy marriages, healthy relationships, and wasn't in a ministry that taught that women are supposed to be doormats and nothing else, and stand by your husband. It's been like a few weeks. You have dealt with this man telling you to your face and on camera that he is not attracted to you. You're sitting on there crying, saying that you feel ugly. After that, he still sleeps with you. You still busted open for this fool. He tells you, I'm afraid of falling in love with you. And then he says, guess what? I got a baby on the way. You still work with him through that. You still work with him through bringing the other woman that he impregnated on the same show that he married you on, and cussing you out and embarrassing you. Embarrassing you so bad, the ex that he got pregnant told him to treat you right, and you're the wife. Girl, that's not the Lord. It can't be. It can't be unless y'all beefing. Maybe. But God ordained this for me. Did you steal something from him? Like, do you owe God money? Girl, what is it? Thank you so much, Candace. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Candace said, where is Paige's mother or maternal figure? Where's her family? Where's her girlfriends? Where's the girlfriends that saw Chris from afar? Where are y'all at? Why does she not have any support on this show? Because them producers are going to keep on exploiting this woman. They don't care nothing about her. This is good TV. They knew it when they were filming it. They knew that this couple was going to take off. They knew it. So they're going to keep on inviting you back like we've seen them. No, you got to go out there and tell him. No, you can't let him do this to you. You won't let your husband walk out. They are pimping you for content. I'm about to bite my computer. How many more episodes? How many more episodes? Because Paige is not good for my health. She's not good for my mental health. I can't do this. I can't do this. Thank you, Candace. Thank you, Candace, for the Cash App. I cannot do this. I have not had a reaction like this from a couple since what? I can't even remember. Like a reality, you know what? Basketball Wives does this to me, which is why I no longer review it. I just drag them for their colorism. But my God, today, I just, girl, oh, she gets under my skin with the dumbness. I still like you. I want you to do good better. Like, you deserve better. You're such a sweet girl, but you're too dumb. You're too dumb. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is what God has. He has ordained this. You think that God ordained for you to be dragged through the mud by a man with a texturizer and hips? You don't know God. You don't know God. Or again, you and him got beef. You better check your lineage. You better check your lineage. Check it all the way back and make sure that you are not the seed of Satan. That's my only understanding, Paige, because if this is what you're going with, that's the only road that makes sense. That's the only road that makes sense. No, that doesn't make sense because God even loved him. I don't know, Paige. Can you know what, sis? Can you let us know, maybe at the reunion, what church you go to so we make sure we never go there? They are misleading you. They are misleading you. She still wants to be with this man. She still wants to. I'm simple. I don't require a lot. What? It's not you. This is not your situation. You don't have to get upset like that. I'm simple. I don't require much. All I ask is that you call me once a day. You are telling your husband, I'm simple. I don't require much. You just got to call me one time a day. And you know what Chris said? I don't know if I could commit to that. God, I hate this show. And Paige, where are your grits? Where are your grits? I don't understand. How much are they paying you? Sis, let me tell you something. I will keep on reviewing the show the way I'm doing. I need you to inbox me and tell me that they paid you a cool meal and then some. I need you to be like, Nikki girl, LOL. I'm an actress. They actually paid me $5.7 million to look like a dummy on national TV. I'm getting my coin, girl. It is just a role. I need you to do that. I don't want to believe that this is who you told a man that is your husband. I'm simple. I don't require much. You put that on TV. You put that on TV and told the world, I'm simple. I don't require. Women, don't you ever say that to anybody. You are not simple. You are complicated, just like any other human. You require a lot because you deserve a lot. Why would you say that about yourself, Paige? You're worth it, girl. You're worth it. I wish you had a better community. I wish you had better friends. Because I'm telling you, if Paige was my friend and I knew she was simple like this, I would be over that apartment every day. Let me tell you something. I also will be dressed, face beat, hair laid. You know what I mean? Because I won't be on TV. But I would be like, hey, girl, check it in. How you doing? You need me to I'll throw some hot grits on him? I love you, sis, but I know you. I know how you are for a man. Let's check in with you. Don't you tell me that you're simple. You are not. You know, you need better friends. Vicky DC, thank you. Vicky DC gave your girl a super chat. She said Paige is following that Kevin Samuels church. Quite possibly, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if she is one of them black women calling on that show crying. I can't get a black man. Why can't I get a black man? Oh, do you have long hair? No, my hair is short. Are you dark skinned? Yeah, I'm chocolate. That's why that man just tears people down, and they just continue to call in and give him views. I don't understand. Please pray for the black community. We're going through it big time. Anyway, Yes We Buy Houses One. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yes We Buy Houses One said, love, 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 love you. You are hysterical. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh Lord, Paige, I hope this is a joke. I really do. So after, Paige tells Chris all of this, and he says, he now convinces her, because they have to work on some activities. Paige is still going through, along with this process, they are working on some activities that they have to do, right? And they're planning out their week. And one day he says, I'll bring food this day. And she said, okay, do you want to play cards or anything? He's like, no, I don't play cards. I don't play card games. He's just being difficult. She's like, oh, okay, so then what do you want to do? Can you lead a Bible study? Oh, Chris. Oh, Chris. I'm telling you. Oh, you are not a likable person. You are not likable. Paige, what? You want a Bible study? You serious? Yeah, I would like to do a Bible study. And then he goes in a confessional. Maybe that's why we're not working out, because, we don't put God first in this relationship. We haven't brought him into this relationship because he's not a part of it. And he's not coming to this party. Even if you invite him, God is not coming, because this ain't him. He don't want to be at your dusty party. He don't want to be a part of this demonic marriage. You know what Paige does? Actually gives him a Bible study. I'm going to bite my fan in two. She actually gives this dude a Bible study. She says, okay, so what are we going to do? As they're eating their food in silence, he's just like, well, I thought you was going to do a Bible study. The next clip is this. Oh, Paige, I love you. This dummy getting up to go get a Bible to give this man a Bible study. Told y'all about them church boys. Y'all are seeing it. Y'all are seeing it in 4K. I told y'all about them church boys. This is why I mess with heathens. Anyway, I got a couple super chats. Let me address these super chats. Because at least I know what a heathen gonna give me. At least I know what a heathen is going to give me. Mackie says, when Chris suggested Bible study, Paige should have suggested an exorcism instead. Absolutely. She should have been like, let's go to the book of Revelation. Thank you so much for the super chat, Mackie. Angela gave the girl a super chat. She said, my God would never do that to her, even if she owed him money. Okay. It's bad when the therapist asks her why she doesn't leave. I am about to get to that. I love you, Nikki. Love you too, Angela. Thank you so much. So she gives him a Bible study. I was hoping that when she got up and walked back, that she was getting a hot pan of grits. When she came back with the Bible, I was just like, oh, I thought you got it, girl. But she sits down and she gives him a Bible study. And he's like, oh, yes, hallelujah. Just manipulating. Told you about them church boys. And I'm telling you, them church boys who are musicians are Chris times a billion. The worst. And nobody can top a preacher's kid. Is Chris is he a PK? Is his father a pastor or a bishop? Or a deacon? Child. So after Paige obliges and gives this man a Bible study, Chris then, she says, do you have anything to say? Paige, I'm telling you right now, I was rooting for you. You know what I mean? I still like you. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm so glad that I'm doing this live the next day because I could not have done it the day of. When I looked over and I saw this woman taking notes from Chris's demonic Bible study. The way I've read that woman for filth, it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. And I'm so glad, because look how heated I am. It's the next day. I'm so glad I took some time and I did this live the next day. Thank God it comes on late over here because, girl, I don't want to care. Why are you taking notes? I want to snatch that book and rip it out of her hand. Why are you taking notes from him? Why? He has nothing important to say that will enhance your life. He's been a burden. He's been a nightmare. He has been terrible to you inside and out. Why are you taking notes? I have never seen a person on TV or in life down this bad. Paige, you got to redeem yourself, at least in the reality TV realm. This is embarrassing. Girl, what are you doing? And guys, she wasn't like joking, playing notes. I don't even have anything. I'll just use my loofah. She was... Ooh. What church do you go to? I need to know. I need to know. Jesse Lee, thank you for the super chat. Jesse Lee says, lost my V card to the preacher's son. Child, he said he could fornicate because he was special to God like David. Hashtag triggered. What I tell y'all about him? What I tell y'all about him? He was nasty too, wasn't he? He was filthy. I know it. Anyway, thank you so much for the super chat, Jesse Lee. Thank you. Child, they can manipulate that word, have you convinced of some dumb stuff. Like Paige, taking notes from Chris. The sad part about this is some terrible man, another terrible man is going to watch this show. I'm telling you right now, there has to be about 90,000 incels who hit up Paige's DMs a day. She gonna find another Chris because look how she's put herself out there. You're gonna find another man like that. I hope you have received some wisdom from this show and you have a different lens concerning yourself, because I don't think you love yourself enough to know that you deserve better and that God will want better for you. Girl, this is so sad. This is so sad. Oh, but it gets worse. It gets worse. She sits down. While she's sitting down with him, this man tells her, I bought my baby mama a Benz. Brand new Benz. The story that he gave made absolutely no sense to me. She was in a car accident 6 years ago, and because of that, she can't drive. So I brought her a brand new Benz to drive. What? He's not even trying. He's not even trying to lie properly to this woman. I think in his mind, he's just like, let me just tell her some nonsense and see what she will do. There are people out there like that who will do that to people in relationships. He's not even trying. Before I go on, I have a super chat from Tara. Hey, I hope is it Tara or Tara? Tara Simpkins. She said, and what about Paige's testimony, Grace? Who starts off grace with first giving honor to God, ma'am? Oh, Lord. We got to find that church. Tara, we got to find that church that you go to. We have to find that church. Thank you so much for the super chat. Mackie gave you girl another super chat. Mackie says, so you go and buy your baby mama who doesn't drive a brand new Benz and bring your wife a chicken plate. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. She tore that chicken up. She tore that chicken up. Let me tell you something. Thank you, Mackie. He enjoyed every moment of this. He enjoys humiliating her, right? Because, guys, he was trying so hard to stop from like laughing or smiling when telling her this. He had a smirk on his face the whole time when he was telling her that. He enjoys it. He gets off on humiliating this woman. No grits. Even after he told her that, no grits. He left that place grit free. I guarantee you, somewhere throughout the rest of this process, he gonna sleep with her again. Because his baby mama not there. If she is here, he'll probably keep on staying at another place. But we'll see later. He'll probably try to get intimate again with her when the baby mama goes back home, because that's who he is, and that's who Paige is. He knows that she'll allow him to do whatever he wants to do. And we're just sitting here looking like the therapist who just looked at Paige while she was sitting next to Chris. Why do you stay in this? She was just like, I can't, like, this is a second person now who has come to speak to these two about the relationship, who has said, leave. Why are you here? You don't deserve this. She's still saying, because God said one day, I'm telling you, one day on this show, she's going to say God, and God is going to reveal himself. He's never done this before. Not even Moses saw him, right? He's going to reveal himself and say, girl, keep my name out of your mouth. It ain't me. It ain't me. Stop it. And then disappear. We're like, oh my gosh. Guys, we saw God for the first time on Married at First Sight. Only Paige can make him reveal himself. Only Paige and her stupidity. I hate to say it. Sis, oh God, Paige, you deserve so much better. You really, really do. I'm so sorry that you feel this way about yourself. I don't even know you, and I think you deserve better. So sad, girl. So sad. You are in a marriage with a man who does not like you, who only uses you for sex, and gets off on tormenting and humiliating you. You don't deserve this. You do not deserve this. Anyway, I can't say no more. I'm drained. I am drained. If you're just here for the review, beloveds, that's it. That's all I want to and can talk about. I'm not going to torture myself no more with this relationship. Paige, I'm going to keep you on my prayer list, because God will listen to me. He liked me. I don't know what your relationship is like, but he liked me. Anyway, that's it for this review. Now we're going, what time is it? 3:20? Oh, we can't chat long because I got to talk about Sharon Osbourne. So we're going to chat for a couple minutes, and I'm going to get off of here and jump into my Sharon Osbourne live. Because she about to lose her job. Girl, you're doing too much talking. You're not coming back. KT said, I think that Chris is a lying liar who lies. Absolutely. Absolutely. Antilles 86 said, leave the musicians alone. They are the worst. They are the worst. Yep, Janice said, that's exactly what I said. Terrible men will flock to her. They absolutely will. They absolutely will. Vicky DC said, we need to start C blocking for a Paige. Listen. Jesse Lee said, Mercedes and a Mercedes. He is terrible. Such a liar. Wendy Sims said, stab, stab, stab. Lord, I would have went to jail. Jail. We all would have. We all would have. Me and my cousins, because I would have told my cousins to jump him. Listen, I always let a man know. I have too many cousins in the Nation of Islam for you to be tripping. Play with me if you want to. I'll have a whole, local Philadelphia masjid right up at the front of your home. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Call my cousins in a heartbeat. Yo, he acting crazy. You'll be there in 5. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. Carrie said, the preacher's son comes from the preacher. If you believe in God, it should just be you and God. No man should be able to tell you nothing about your God. You better tell it. You better tell it, Carrie. Hey, Cameron. Cameron says you brought your baby mama a Benz, but didn't even have a home to go. Read them, but didn't even have a home to go to. Emmett said, Paige needs an intervention. Emmett, the therapists have tried. They have tried. She still stays in the situation. I hope she's getting a good coin. I hope she is getting a good coin. See, Golden say he acts like he's homeless. Oh God. He wants Carrie said he wants Paige to run so he can say he tried, but he doesn't realize she's not going to leave. She's not going to leave. KT said these two are bringing reproach on God. Absolutely. He's going to reveal himself. I'm telling you. He's going to say, this is just walk right up to the camera. This is not me. And then turn to the therapist and say, keep on going with your little show. I'm out. Oh, Nunya Bibi said, so he goes to Chicago's on Sundays. I peeked that that's what happened the last time. Probably. I'm telling you, he's only coming on this show to, get his whole paycheck for it, because I think like every other TV show, he gets paid per episode. So I think, they let him know that if you don't finish out this process, you cannot get the money that you agreed to, because you have not been in every episode. You have to be along for the whole ride to get the full paycheck. If not, you only get what you filmed, and it's probably half of the season. So Ray Al Lewis said Harold's chicken is so good, but I want to know how he brought it in Atlanta. Ooh. I hope he ain't bring her no chicken from Chicago. You know what? Let's Harold's chicken. I'm going to see if there's a Harold's chicken in Atlanta. Yeah, there's one in Atlanta. So he probably went to the one in Atlanta. Is it Harold's Chicken and Ice Bar? Because there's one in Atlanta. Child, I was like, did he bring her some cold chicken from Chicago? Because he even said it. I'm just not really into this process. Paige didn't even leave when he said that. I'm like, he just told you. He is not fully committed to being with you. Devin McCrae said, when I tell you everything I owned would be gone, including myself, without a word. Tell it. He is absolutely using the Bible to be manipulative, Katie. Absolutely using the Bible. Oh, so Pharisee said Nikki, I definitely think they still are sleeping with each other. Oh, God. Tara said, I wonder if he has some friends that are giving him dumb things to say or do to her. That's why he has that stupid smirk. I think that's just him. And everybody is saying on and off the show that, well, at least the production and therapists and the pastors are saying they met a totally different guy going through the process. I think Chris came on this show for exposure, not knowing, the depths of the relationship that he would have with Paige. I think he thought that he would get somebody who would not be as invested as he is. I really, really do. I don't think Chris was ever looking for a wife. I think he was always looking for exposure. Well, buddy, you got it. You got your exposure. I don't know if it's what you were looking for, but you got it. Oh, Janice, you could be right. Janice said they probably had sex that night. That's why he only wants to do things in person. Yep. Devin said I wouldn't even leave a note in the hallway. Not a Dear John letter. Dear John, Dear John, by the time you read these lines, I'll be gone. Let me tell you something. TV shows back in the day, those jingles, they had some jingles back in the day. No, Samuela. Samuela said both Chris and his ex posted pictures of the bins on their Instagrams last night. Why are y'all so happy with being awful? Why would y'all? Do you not know that you're not coming off good on this show? Oh, I have to see this. I have to see this. What is his last name? What is his last name? I'm just going to do Married at First Sight. Vincent. I found Vincent. Oh, why is Vincent private? Vincent's his Instagram is private. Why? Y'all don't want no money. Y'all don't want. Oh my gosh, guys! What? Can y'all tell me what his last name is so I can find it? I just put in a hashtag Chris Married at First Sight, and the first thing that came up is one of the first things that came up is recovering strong Black woman. Let's normal. That's the Instagram page. It says let's normalize leaving people where they are. Growth is a personal journey that each person has to go through on their own. No matter how much you love and care for someone, you cannot convince them to heal their trauma and ego if they are not ready. Side note, did y'all see the latest episode? My Lord, definitely by a Black woman. And this is the picture that they have up, and it's Chris right here. Oh, I hope y'all can see it. Right here, it says toxic masculinity in Chris's face. If you watch Married at First Sight, then you know exactly what this is. Oh my, toxic. This page is dragging. Yes, we are tired. Black women are tired. Let me see. Tracy just sent me Chris's, thank you, Tracy. Chris's Instagram. Oh, darn it. Damn it. His Instagram is private. It's private. And I'm not following that demon. I'm not following him. Wow. They posted that Benz. How awful. Oh, y'all awful people. Awful people. Carrie said, I love when you sing, even if you're being silly. I love it. Oh, thank you. He was very smart to make that private. I don't know why Vincent's Instagram is private. We love you. Even when you get on our nerves. You see what happens when you're a good person? Because Vincent be doing some stuff that is not okay. We get him together in love. Oh, really? Maya Williams said, I think that, no, you know what, Maya, I don't agree. Not that I'm saying that you're wrong, but I'm only saying that because I saw Chris's Instagram before. He literally just made it private. I saw his Instagram before when it was open. So I think he probably started doing that as he started to become awful and, more awful each week on the show. That makes sense, KD. KT said, but he was asking Paige for half the wedding gift money. So I doubt that he could afford a Benz. I bet you he got a Benz and put it in her name. If you are OGs like that in reality TV, you remember, I think it was the 3rd season of The Real Housewives of Orange County, where Slade bought Gretchen, was it a Benz? I think he bought her a Porsche or something like that. He bought her a Porsche, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, my man got me, Slade got me a brand new Porsche." And he was like, "Yes, I did. And it's in your name." And everybody was like, "Oh!" And he was just like, "Yeah, you can, you'll be able to start making payments on it in like 3 months." Everybody was like, "Ah, what?" He got that car in her name. It was just like, you can, I paid up the car for like 3 months, but you can, after that, you can start paying on it. Then you didn't really get me a car. It's not a car if I'm making payments. It's, it's not a gift if I'm making payments. Like, you got it in my name. She didn't even think about how, he got her information to do that, but you got it in my name and I got to make payments. I mean, I would pay the insurance because, okay, I'll help you out. But I got to make payments on it. Okay, so, well, he probably did that. But I don't think he would get a car in her name because he seems very petty where he would want to have the power to take that back if she's not doing what he wants her to do. So I think he got a Benz in his name and is letting her drive it while he's doing the show. That's what it gives me. Oh, okay. Samuela said your social media is supposed to be private the whole time contractually, but Chris found loopholes in the contract. Of course he did. Of course he did. Of course he did. Oh yeah, because JSYN said they can be fined for spoiling the season. Okay. Okay, so I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that his page was open at some point, because that's how I was on his Instagram stories and everything. Oh yeah, no way he got her. He said brand new to Mercedes, but not brand new, not a brand new car. I don't think that either. Oh, Carrie said, girl, nah, I seen that Vincent may be a problem at the bachelor party. Really? Really? Wendy Sims said, how the F people get to put stuff in someone's name? Did he get a hold of her social? Probably. But I'm thinking that's for Slade. I honestly think that Chris got the car in his name and is letting Mercedes drive it while they're still together, especially drive it solely while he's filming this show. I wouldn't be surprised if she's living with him. Samantha said Vincent probably private because he can't take the criticism. He a ticking time bomb. Absolutely. Cameron said he lets her drive the car during the day because at night, where is he going to sleep? Y'all better tell it. Anyway, y'all, let me get off of here. If you want to continue, chatting with your girl, meet me at 4 p.m. I'm going to talk about Sharon Osbourne and her future concerning the talk. Long story short, she getting fired, and I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna talk about an avenue that I see for her to come back. It won't be anytime soon, but that woman ain't coming back to the talk. She is not coming. She get after Tuesday. They're going to release a statement Wednesday morning and say that she has been released from her contract, or that CBS and Sharon Osbourne has parted ways. So meet me there at 4 if you want to talk about that. If not, I will see you guys soon, some point this weekend. It's my little sister's birthday, so I don't know. Y'all know how my family is with birthdays. We celebrate for a long time. And especially, now since LA has officially open, she can do stuff. So we going to be out in them streets. Not really. She got a nice little mansion in a nice little area in LA. And she's going to have, events and stuff happen. Why am I telling her business? I'm too comfortable with y'all. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Y'all probably won't see me again until Sunday. We'll see. We will see. Anyway, thank you so much for chatting with me. I love that you guys are taking time out of your day to chill with your girl. I appreciate it. Thank you, Devin. Oh, hold on. Let me answer Tracy. Tracy said, Nikki, do you think that Chris got a discounted car as a PR telling the car company it's going to be a TV show? Absolutely. I think that Chris got a discounted car from Vincent. Chris got that car from Vincent. Brianna, check your man. Chris got that car from Vincent. That's exactly what I think. Oh, it's 6:42 p.m. where you're at, Carrie? Well, come and join your girl. It's about to be 4 for me. Come and join. Let's talk. Thank you so much for shouting out my little sister's birthday. I'll let her know. She'll appreciate it. But yeah, I say it every time because I really do mean it. I really do mean it. I'm just so thankful that you guys take time out of your day to just hear what little old Nikki has to say. Little old NikkiStar has to say. It means a lot to me, your views alone, but your support, your financial support, your sharing of the video, all of that just goes above and beyond what you do. You know what I mean? You don't have to do any of this, but you do it. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Love you, fam. See you soon, either Sunday or in a couple of minutes. Who knows? But I'll see you soon. Love you, family. Bye. Oh God, I have to get myself in a better place because Chris, Piss me off. Piss me off. Come on over to the next room. Love y'all. Bye. Come on.